Okay, new month. I can't even believe like we have 2 months left in the year, which is crazy. But I am super excited for November. Holiday Line is still out and available, which I'm pretty shocked by. And Black cherry lime is my favorite flavor of Slim, to be totally honest. And Snickerdoodle, just I love everything Snickerdoodle. So I'm stoked about the holiday line. Mine's supposed to be here in a couple days. So we can still use that as like helping get it, we can restart people. A really great thought when you're talking to people, whether they've been on Plexus for years and years and years, or they're brand spanking, or they're a prospect, is one of the reasons people can like fall off is because they get bored, and having new flavors is fun and exciting. I think it's fun and exciting because I'm stoked. So that's something that you can use to help, bring people back or get people to get started, is like, we have this fun, exciting new flavor. It's going to sell out and you're not going to be able to get it if you wait. So let's grab it now for you and make this journey more fun and exciting for you. So that is still on the table. And we have more stuff coming out this month. Also, since it's Thanksgiving, we have, everyone knows, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that whole fun shopping weekend. Plexus always does crazy deals. Last year, I think they were giving away like an extra $100 and stuff or something. They were giving away one Joyome for free, and it was free membership and something else. I just remember being like, how do I sign up again? So that's going to be coming, and essentially we know that's coming, so we're going to prep for that to come. We're going to have big events and parties and all that kind of stuff for that weekend, but we want to fill our funnel now, so when that happens, we got a lot of action. But we don't want to hold off on having people sign up in the beginning of the month because we know Black Friday, like we're not going to hold off to talk to them about ordering until Black Friday because there's going to an extra discount. That's our who we can't get yet. But that also, if we get them to sign now, by the time Black Friday shows up, we can be like, hey, invite your friends to this. So we're going to build them by using the deals and the sales and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I want you thinking about, is not, you want them to order now so we can get them silver, senior silver, at the end of the month with all the specials happening. And so with new month, new goals, okay? Most of my, like last night after the month ended, and to be honest, I didn't hit my goal by like 5 people, which sucks big time. But at the same time, huge momentum. It was my best month I have ever had. Point wise, it was my biggest month. And so like I am celebrating what happened and not what didn't happen. What we always want to think about is we learn from our failures. So technically I failed for one of my goals, but I don't feel like I failed. I feel like I succeeded, and I am just going to go into this month that I succeeded. And what's the next goal? Because I almost hit it, and I'm going to use what I learned from not hitting it and hit it this month and go beyond that. So I have spent, kind of some of yesterday and today prepping for the month, looking at where my success sprints are, and success sprints are how I'm going to Leaders Retreat. So I've almost earned Leaders Retreat already, and we're a month into our 3-month thing. Okay. So I'm not just earning Leaders Retreat. I have a goal for what all the prizes I'm going to earn. So that's one of my goals, is how many points I'm going to earn from that this month. How many am I going to enroll this month? How many silvers am I going to create this month? Who on my team is going to rank, senior silver, gold? So I have been putting that into place last night and tonight. Those were things that I was working on. And that's what you want to do. You want to sit down and you want to create those goals. And to be honest, it's fun and exciting. It's invigorating. And part of me is like, well, I'm not going to hit them if I'm just sitting here like planning goals. But that planning process is what gets me to my goals. Because I plan, I am more likely to hit my goals. And I revisit those goals along the way. So in a couple of weeks, I'm going to revisit my goals and see where we're at in the month. and see, what do I need to do to still hit those goals? Or do I need to kind of tweak my goals because we're like blowing them out of the water, or we're not doing quite what I expected? So mapping out your goals, mapping out this is how many I'm going to enroll. And then you need a plan. How am I going to enroll that many? So I've got my maps going, and now it's what am I going to do to create that? Okay. So you want to look at your list of people. How many prospects do I have right now? What's that follow-up list look like? What does that list of people? I have a really long list of people, of names that I wrote down last week, of people that I wanted to start relationship building with, but I honestly did not have time because the last week was huge momentum for my team, and I was too busy like doing the follow-up and three-way messaging and signing people up. You guys, I was on the phone a lot the last week signing people up, which I am okay with. Thank you. So that is something you need to do, is what's your list look like? We need a new fresh list, and we need to refresh our follow-up prospect list. Who's hot, who's cold? If they're cold, we need a relationship build. So that's someone who you've chatted about Plexus with a little bit, but they're kind of like not responding a whole lot, and it just seems dead. You just need to start talking to them about life. Like, how was Halloween? What did the kids dress up like? Or I saw your kids were monkeys and cowgirl. That was mine. They were adorable. Did they get a ton of candy? Did they have fun? Start those conversations, okay? So and then your hot people that they're like interested, they're asking questions, keep going with them, keep following up. What else do they need? What do you need to like, you already casted and they're like trying to bite, but we have to reel, right? So that you want to see what that list looks like. And then mapping for the month. How many people are you going to have conversations with every week? That's a really good way to break it down, is your week. Are you going to be, and you base that off of your goals. If your goal is to sponsor 3 people this month, you're not going to have to necessarily start 20 new conversations in a week. I kind of recommend 20 conversations in a week though, because that's going to really help seal the 3 people or the 5, 6, 10 people. But that's how you, okay. So my plan is to enroll at least 12 this month. Okay. So I'm going to have at least 20 new prospect conversations every week. And then I could break it down into how many a day. Like say I'm working 7 days out of the week. I'm going to message 3 every day. I could do that. Or I could have like 2 or 3 days in the month where I'm going to be messaging new people, creating new conversations. So today, one of the things I did today was I went to my new friends, my recent friends. If you don't know how to do that, I will happily show anyone who has any questions on it. But I went to my recent friends list because I will kind of spontaneously add new friends. And I messaged every single person that is new that I hadn't had a conversation with yet. So I probably sent close to about 10 messages today to brand new people. And I went to their page and I saw something they posted about, and I sent them a message based on that. Or I went into their stories and I watched one of their stories and I commented on their story, which sends them a message. So one of the ladies, for an example, today is her 40th week of pregnancy. Her due date is today. So I sent her a message and I said, hey, have you tried the Myo circuit? I did it the day before and the day my daughter was born. She was born a couple hours after I did it. So to me, that circuit's amazing and everyone needs it in their life. So I started this conversation of like her having a baby and what her pregnancy and delivery was like with her older one. So that's how I create conversations with people. I start talking to them about things that are happening in their life, or I gave this woman some advice, like go do the Myo circuit. And she's like, I did this one, but maybe I should try that too. What's the worst thing that could happen? She still doesn't have a baby, right? She's still pregnant, which when you're 40 weeks, like, let me tell you guys, that sucks. So that's kind of some of the steps that we want to do very beginning of the month. And that's going to be part of the activities that we're going to be doing this week, is setting our goals. And what I want you to do is set your goals and send them to your sponsor, and then you're going to post about them. The more you say them, talk about them, share them, the more likely they are to happen. Okay? So that's part of your homework, is setting them, sending them to your sponsor, and sharing them to the world, because we need to put it out there to make it happen. I'm all about manifesting, you guys. I'm going off of my list here. I was talking about adding new friends. We need to build our network. We're always building our network. So what I have been doing lately, you know, the friends, suggested friends thing that comes up. Mine lately has been from a mutual friend that I really like her. We have a lot in common. Like, if I see her picture pop up there, she's one of our mutual friends, and we've got like 20 other friends in common, add. That's what I've been doing. What I've done in the past is literally my best friend, I have gone to her page and I have pulled up her friends list and I have added people we have many mutual friends in common with. She's my best friend. She's not with Plexus either, so it's okay. So that's something you can do, is who are you friends with? Like, you have a lot in common. You're probably going to have a lot in common with her friends, and you're going to get along with her other friends too. Okay, that's a really great way to build your network, is use your friends network. That's what this is, network marketing. Okay, and then something I want you to think about. So mindset, a lot of people have this, like, I know I have this, like, we all have this whole MLM, network marketing. So sometimes a thought process I have when I'm reaching out to someone is they're going to have an issue when I start explaining my health business, because I tell people I have a health business. When they start asking me questions about it, they're going to realize that it's an MLM, network marketing, like direct sales, all these horrible things, and they're going to block me, ghost me, ignore me, tell me lots of mean, evil things. But that's a thought, and I can choose that thought, or I can choose the other thought of network marketing is amazing. We all do network marketing, really. We all go and tell our friends about our favorite jeans that make our asses look really good. I was just having this conversation with Kayla earlier. Like, we tell people about things we love. I love these products. I love what these products have done for my health, for my family's health. I love what this income has done for me and my family. Why? Here's your thought process. Why wouldn't they want them? Why wouldn't somebody want to feel amazing? Why wouldn't somebody want financial freedom? Why wouldn't somebody want time freedom? Because I can't think of a reason why someone would not want to feel amazing. Why would someone not need their blood sugar balanced? 88% of the population has insulin resistance. 88. That means 9 out of the 10 people you talk to need Slim. And I can guarantee you the other 1 person needs something else. They still need Slim. But even if they don't have insulin resistance, which insulin resistance is the underlying cause to literally every health issue to exist. If they don't have it, they don't want it. So that's why they need Slim. Okay? Everyone needs gut health. My dog needs his gut healthy. My dog takes Ease and ProBio 5. Who do you know that has a pet? I posted a picture of Riley's food, because I make his food, his dinner every night. And I was holding a capsule of Ease in my hand with his food. And I got a ton of comments on it, a ton of interaction. And I didn't say this is Plexus and it wasn't all about Ease. It was literally talking about how I learned about how crappy dog food is and that it gives them cancer. And I don't want my dog to get that. And I want him to live a long, healthy life. And he's already 11. So I'm giving him all the good things, and everyone wants to know what I'm giving him. Okay. That's a great way to share. And that's going to build interest for people. Hold on one second, guys. I'm wondering if my friend, My friend just messaged me that she's coming on. She's going to be sharing. I'm excited for you guys to hear her story. She just she hit her rank. So she just ranked to what I missed by 5 points last night. So super exciting for her. I'm stoked for her. I kind of went through my list, so I hope she shows up soon. I know you guys are muted. Do you guys have any questions for me? Because I just gave you a lot. I will be sending IPA relating to all the things that I'm talking about through this week to get you guys set up to hit your goals and that kind of stuff. No comments, no questions. Another thing, so when you're thinking about what people need to get on board, okay, so right now we're doing intermittent fasting, right? So we have intermittent fasting starting today. If you are on my team, intermittent fasting started today. If you are not on my team, you're welcome to join intermittent fasting. We started today. We are doing 2 weeks of intermittent fasting. That is a fabulous way to start talking to your people. Start talking to your prospects, talk to people that are current, whatever it is. Intermittent fasting is a pretty hot thing. So a lot of people are doing it, want to do it, have heard about it, have questions about it, might want to try it. So this is something that you can go to people about, whether you've had a conversation with them about Plexus or not. We are using products to support. And I can explain if they're like, what is it? What is intermittent fasting? I'm really curious. I might want to try it out. You can put them into a message with me or your sponsor, and we can explain why you want Plexus and intermittent fasting. They go like this. You need them both in your life. Okay. Also, a lot of people like samples. People really like to sample. So we're going to be doing a 3-day challenge coming up. And that is another way. I love hey, Stacy, I love sending out the message of, you're probably like me and really like to sample. I thought this would be perfect for you to try out. So you can sample all the things, get excited. There's a $20 coupon. It makes your sampling free. Why don't you grab a box, or I'll grab a box for you. I'll have it shipped to your house and you can get plugged into this fun little event that we have going. So that is something that you want to use for your prospects that you've been chatting with. You like, I don't know what else to say to them. I can't get them to order samples. And I personally don't really like to send my own samples because you guys, if I'm just sending them 2 sticks of Slim, they sit there forever and they never try them. And it drives me insane. And that costs me money. But if they pay $20 for a box and you plug them to an event and you say, we're starting on Monday, they're going to get their box, they're going to open it up, and they're going to use the damn shit. Okay. So that's why I don't mind sending samples, but I much rather have them put money in. If you're giving, if it's always free, they have nothing in it. They got no foot in the game, whatever you want to call it. So they're less likely to order, to try it. I've got a girl that I sent a sample to, and she moved, and she's like, I don't know where it is. I think it's with all my supplements. I'm like, go get it. Go find it. I'm tired of waiting. So Stacey's on. Stacey, thank you for joining us. Congratulations. I love that you're wearing red right now.
Thank you. Yes, it's my ruby red.
I'm so proud of you.
Sorry about my nails. I need a manicure tomorrow.
I never do my nails, so it's fine.
So bad.
Would you briefly share your story? Because I want them to kind of hear the whole thing. Okay. And if you guys shared the testimony last week that I shared of the picture of the fabulous woman that had lost all this weight, but actually hadn't lost any weight, that's Stacy. So welcome, Stacy.
Thank you.
So tell a little bit of your story, and then I would love for your gratitude stuff. I think that's amazing. I want to start doing it. So that's why I was like, bring Stacy over.
Okay, can I ask a huge favor, even though I just jumped in and I have no idea what the circumstances are, but if there's any way you can turn your camera on, I would love to just have face-to-face conversation. So if you're able to, I'd love to see you. That's all. I
I
just
think
love.
Joanna's driving. So, oh, no, there she
Well,
she's
ah,
home.
yay! Thank you. Oh, I just feel so much better talking to people.
Me too.
All right, so a little bit about my story, and I will try to tell the condensed version. My name is Stacy Porritt. I live in Michigan, in Hazlet. It's a suburb of Lansing. It's my hometown, lived here my whole life. I married my high school sweetheart, and we have 3 adult children at this point. We both taught school in the high school that we met at for 30 years. So we're both now retired. And we started Plexus, gosh, it'll be 6 years in January, 6 years ago. And we started because we were just so, like, at 45, I was 45 6 years ago. Then I thought, oh my heavens, if this is what aging is like, I'm not real interested, because I was pretty much blah and miserable and all of the things. And so we started the products fully expecting them not to work, like 100%. It took me a year to even try them. And so I'm like, I finally said to my sweet friend, Michelle, not this Michelle, a different Michelle. But okay, we're going to try them, and we're going to try them for a month, and then that's going to be it. And I'm not sharing with anybody, because like, this is crazy that we're taking all natural things. We're not all natural people. And so incredible things happened. My husband and I even split a triplex combo, just so you know. That's how positive we were the products weren't going to work. And long story short, here we are 6 years later. But I fast started gold in my very first month. I wasn't going to share, but crazy things started happening for me right away. I was a huge pop addict. Remember, I'm from Michigan. It's pop. If you're from somewhere else that calls it soda, you're wrong, and you will not win against me in that battle. But I was a huge pop addict, like 5 to 6 glasses a day. And day 1 of drinking the pink drink, I stopped. I have not had a sip of pop since. It's crazy. I went totally cold turkey. And so I decided I had to start telling people about that, right? Because how could I keep things like that a secret? So I did. I fast tracked. In the old version was you had 1 month to do what you could. 1 month, that was it. And in 1 month, I got 19 people, and one of my level 1s got a person. So we had the 20 people you needed to fast start gold. That was a huge deal. And I'm like, all right, I am like skyrocketing to diamond in like 4 months or less, right? Well, that's where I sat at gold for the next 4 years. And I had every built-in excuse out there. I'm a full-time special ed teacher. I'm a mom of 3. My husband's a coach. Gosh, we're just super busy. All the things that I could use as excuses to why I was not being successful. I finally decided I really wanted more out of this than I was getting. And so I invested in myself. It was a pretty big investment for me. But I went to Brooke Hemingway's Align Retreat in Palm Springs back in January of 20. And that was huge. That was the first time I had paid to invest in myself. And while there, Tiffany Peterson, I don't know if you know her at all. If you don't, you should get to know her. She's incredible. She's an incredible business and life coach. And she's actually offering a free gratitude series that started today. And she's got, Brooke is talking at that. Amberly Lago is talking at that, like some other amazing speakers that I have heard speak or I've been coached by. And so that free event is something I would absolutely 100% recommend, because at that event in January of 20, she called me up on stage in front of 500 people. She asked me to tell a little bit of my Plexus story. And so I said to her, well, I fast started gold in January of 16, and that's where I have been stuck for the last 4 years. And she so eloquently said to me, and when are you going to stop telling yourself that story? Ooh, what do you mean? I'm not telling myself a story. That's fact. I have been stuck at gold for 4 years. It's a fact. I'm just sharing the facts. And she looked at me again and said, and I ask you again, when are you going to stop telling yourself that story? And you guys, that hit home because every time I told my plexus story, I told myself I was stuck. I kept myself stuck there. And so I took her advice and I stopped telling myself I was stuck in January of 20 after that event. In March of 20, I became senior gold. That was huge. That was like a big deal. In March of 21, I became ruby. And last night at about 9:30 at night, I became senior ruby. Yay. So I have done not just that event. I have done several of Brooke's masterminds, her Align retreats. Unfortunately, they had to go to Zoom and that sort of thing, in the last whatever. But I, in May of this year, went to Brooke's mastermind retreat in Florida. That was a huge investment for me. I mean, I'll just be honest with you. It was $2,500. I don't have an extra $2,500. But I also knew I had to get myself in that room. And to tell you how much I knew I needed to get myself in that room, that was the week of my daughter's wedding. I was gone Monday through Thursday, the week of my daughter's wedding that was going to be on that Saturday, because I knew how much I needed to be in that room. And I paid $2,500 when I knew I was going to be paying a bunch of bills for a wedding that I wasn't even sure how we were paying for. On that Saturday. But it was so important for me to do that. And that has made, my husband and I were just talking about it last night after I hit Senior Ruby. That was the best investment because I got to know a whole new network of people. And I said something really hard today for me to say. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Hard for me to say, but I'm also a fairly blunt person, so I knew it needed to be said. But on Jennifer Lee's Power Hour, I shared something that I hadn't really said to anybody, but I had just kind of figured it out. For about 5 years, I had been very comfortably working with my sideline sisters, right? We were all comfortably spinning our wheels right around 250 points for years. And we weren't supporting one another. We were enabling one another to stay exactly in that same spot. Because it always gave us an excuse, right? It was like, oh, well, I didn't grow, but nobody else did either. So it's just a tough month. Or it's COVID, or it's whatever, whatever thing we wanted to say. So we've been comfortably enabling one another for about 5 or 6 years. And I realized after putting myself in the room with people who are where I want to be, that I needed to do something different. And so although I love my sideline sisters and I will forever, they couldn't continue to be my running buddies because we were running nowhere. We were running in the same muck together, and that was not getting us anywhere. So sadly, they're all still there. They're all still there. And I have grown 500 points in like the last 4 months. Because of the fact that I decided to make myself a priority and investing in my business and my mindset growth, in some training and some personal development. I did Tiffany Peterson's mastermind this summer. Again, something I couldn't necessarily afford, but you know what I keep promising myself? I'm going to pay all that off real fast. So I do encourage you to think about that.
You just muted yourself.
I think I did it by hitting something on my keyboard, but just real quick, so you can hear this part of my story. This is my husband. He has lost 54 pounds taking the product. So when I tell my product story, this is part of it. So then I will say something like, and then let me show you mine. And I do have that pants picture that Michelle was referring to. So if you haven't seen it, check out her post. But he's lost 54 pounds. People think that I have also lost 54 pounds. I haven't lost 1 pound, not one, not one, not one, not one. What I have lost is inflammation and inches. In fact, 4 pant sizes and 3 shirt sizes. So if you have somebody who said, but I wanted to lose weight and the scale is not moving, then you tell them my story. Because if I would have paid attention to the scale, I would have been, well, let me tell you a little secret. I have been paying attention to the scale and I'm not very happy, but things are, my body is about half the size that it was, and I haven't lost a pound. So I am thankful that I didn't let the scale not moving stop this journey for me, because I would have missed out on a really incredible, joyful life. So if you have anybody that you're working with that is like, I am so ticked off because that scale is not moving, then you tell them my story. Do you still have time? I know I was late. Do you want me to tell the gratitude journey? Or
Go
save
ahead.
that for
Yeah,
another
just
day?
real quick, super
Okay.
quick. Tell them what you've been doing and how to do
Okay.
it.
So I got one of these Start Today gratitude journals from Rachel Hollis, like 3 or 4 years ago. The first one I got, I would write in like once every 3 days. It didn't work. I knew it. I knew getting one of these journals and writing in it was not going to work, right? Okay, well, what was not working is that I was only picking it up once a week or once every few days and not really putting a whole lot of heart and soul into it. So I decided in October, this past about a year ago, that I found a quote that I really liked, and it's a Martin Luther King Jr. quote, and it says, "Use me, God. Show me how to take who I am, who I want to be, and what I can do and use it for a purpose greater than myself." And I thought, you know what, back in October, I'm going to write that quote in my gratitude journal and fill out the today I am grateful for. And there's 5 things. And then 10 dreams that I made happen. And so I write 10 things as if I have made them happen already. So 5 things I'm grateful for, 10 dreams as if I've made them happen. And then that quote every single day. I'm going to do that for a month and see what happens. Things started happening. So I thought, fine, I'll do it for another month, and then another month, and then another month. And in January, I had James, who reached out to me. He had been taking the product since October, since I started like faithfully writing in this, right? He came back after taking the products 3 years ago. He came back, started taking them October. In January, he reaches out to me and says, "Stacy, I'm like ready to rock this business." I'm like, "You're what?" Nobody says that to me, right? He's a nurse practitioner, and he said, "These products are changing my life. I'm ready to start telling people." That started a whole snowball of momentum rolling. And that's why we've ranked twice in the last 6 months. I'm telling you, you guys, I credit the momentum that we've had to this journal, because it gets my mindset and my intentions for the day exactly where I want them to be, 100%. And so I don't let my mind wander to, I'm never going to do this. I didn't do it fast as so-and-so. Like, I don't allow the comparison to creep in, because I'm writing gratitude and I'm writing my dreams that I want to run after. I'm putting them in front of me every single day with that quote. So all of these incredible things happened. We got to Ruby. I got invited to that mastermind. There were like 100 and some people that applied. I was one of 31 people as a Ruby that got to go into a room with diamonds and sapphires and emeralds, and it was incredible. And so those things happen, and I'm like, well, I don't need to keep writing in this. Like, I've arrived, right? So I stopped writing. We were on spring break too, so it was just kind of easy to like not do it. And then things stopped happening, and I thought, there was a lot of movement, and now we've just stalled. What in the world? And then I realized I hadn't been writing my gratitude journal. And so I picked it up and I thought, that can't be it. Like, there's no way that it's that simple. And I started writing it again faithfully every single day. And guess what? Things started happening again. And V joined my team, and Crystal joined my team. and all of these incredible things. And V, I helped her to fast start gold in her first month, like I did 6 years ago. And I helped her to make $1,800. And then I could turn around and tell people that I had just helped somebody do that. Can I help you do that? So I since have helped people to fast start silver, to fast start senior silver, to fast start gold and senior gold. And so this person who never shared the business with people is now a confident business sharer as well. And that is creating such momentum in my business, but I will never stop writing in my gratitude journal. In fact, this is the third one. It's almost full, and I have my fourth one that just arrived at my door yesterday. So I'm super excited to finish this one up and start into the fourth one. But one of the things that I've been writing since March is I am Senior Ruby, and I've written it over and over and over and over again. And today I got to write I am Emerald. And I will write I am Emerald over and over and over and over again until I'm Emerald. But Emily Gibson told me today that I'm going to be Emerald at the end of this month. So we'll see. So that's that. But
Oh my God, I love it.
So important, you guys. I'm not like a woo-woo type girl that thinks that this stuff is real. But I am here to tell you it is so real. Your mindset and what you set your intentions to be every day, and what your beliefs are and what your dreams are, and keeping those in front of you will change everything. Everything.
I love it. That book, is it all, have you gotten all of them? Are they all Rachel Hollis, or can they get them somewhere else?
They are, well, I like Rachel Hollis's just because I like how it's set up. I like the today I'm grateful for, and there's 5 things, and then 10 dreams I made happen. And again, you write them as if you've made them happen. And then down here, it's the goal I am going to achieve first. And so I just write the same thing over and over again. And so literally this part, I rewrite the exact same thing. I can even look at the previous page if I need to remember, but I've got it all memorized at this point. But I'm writing all of those same things until I achieve it. And then I replace the one goal with one thing. So like the I am Senior Ruby got replaced today with I am Emerald. But like I wrote in my gratitude journal, when I go back and look at it, I am retired. I retired 3 years ago. So like that was when I was kind of playing around with it. Well, I did it. And let's see, we renovated our basement. I didn't think renovating our basement was truly in our future, but it was a dream that I had. We renovated our basement last fall. So it's really incredible to go back and read these dreams that I have and how I've actually done a lot of them, totally not expecting that. But because I just put it out in front of me every day, I've accomplished it.
I love that. I love it so much. Thank you so much for sharing all that. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. You are Emerald.
Aww,
I started this thing, Cassie Howard. Do you know Cassie Howard?
Mm-hmm.
She posted it, I think a picture of it in her story or something, and I stole it. She got it from the retreat thing that they had in Texas last week or something, but it was, she set an alarm every day that goes off that says I am Diamond.
Oh.
And so I have an alarm that goes off every day now that says I am Diamond, and I smile and I get excited every time that rings. I know it's coming. It's only been like a week, but it's one of those things is like, yep, that's happening.
And I don't want to stop that excitement, but I will also tell you, I had Diamond in my sights for a long time. And I had a coach at one point say to me, what's your next rank? And I said it, and he's like, why aren't you looking towards that? So I've kind of,
I do both. Yeah,
okay.
I do both. I totally do the like Senior Ruby, but then I also have that, which is, it's interesting because I've always had my sights on Emerald, like Emerald. That's the big goal. And then all of a sudden, just about a month ago, Diamond came to me, something that seems so far off. And I was just like, oh, I was reading a book. I was reading one of my books and it said, like, state your goals. And I literally just said, I am Diamond. It just came out. And I didn't get scared. I didn't like, yeah, right, Michelle.
Perfect.
I was like, yep, it's happening.
Right, right.
So it's part of like that mindset shift that I personally experienced.
And I'll just share one other thing, because it was what I found out when I coached with Emily today. And, you know, basically I said to her, you know what I'm so sad about? Like, I hardly celebrated, right? Because my very next thought, although I've been working on mindset for a long time, was, oh my gosh, I have to get this exact same amount of points again. Like, I have to double those points, right? And it took me 6 years to get here the first time. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I have the stamina to do this another 6 years. But really, when I break it down and I think about it, that's not true, you guys. That's a story I'm telling myself. It did not take me 6 years to get here. It literally took 6 months. A year. Well, a year and a half from senior gold, I guess, right? From the first time I moved, I would say. But in the last 5 months, I've really figured out the system, and I've been sharing the opportunity, and my team. I have about 15 business builders now, where I was the only one for the first 5 years. So I don't get to count that. Like, I don't get to put that in my mind as like, that's a thing. I get to say, it's going to take me a year. Whew, that feels so much better. So much better. So anyway, I just encourage you to keep going. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And Michelle, thanks for inviting me on.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're
Have a
welcome.
great night.
You too. All right. Does anyone have any questions or anything? Any thoughts? She's amazing. I met her in person when I went to Utah at the end of August. So I've actually got to hug on her. It was hilarious. I actually shared her she posted her testimony on one of my like share your testimony things. And it was right before I went to Utah. And then we're in Utah. She was in my car. We were driving around to the little event we were doing, and I didn't know that she was that lady. And she started talking about her story, and I was like, wait a second, I know who you are. And so it was that really funny little connection. But we've stayed in touch, and I have such a big heart for her. I'm so proud of what she's done in her growth. So I wanted her to share it tonight. All right, we've kept you way longer than usual, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna